Hello, hello, hello. I have these two LED lamps. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love them. And they are sunbeams of love for all of us because we all need it. Every one of us needs that desperately. Sunbeams of love. For our nerves, for our battered brains, for our tortured souls, and tormented brains. I can make a poem out of that. I feel very misunderstood by people in general. I get misunderstood by men. Women in general get misunderstood by men. Men think that they can't be nice to a woman because then she might turn him down. Two. Thank you, Blue God. She might turn him down for being too nice. This is a bad misunderstanding, by the way, so thank you, Blue God. We are doing it. A man cannot be too nice to a woman. This is a fact. If you're abusive to a woman, she will have to protect herself and walk away. Particularly those women that you want, the women you really want, the cozy, cuddly, the sweet, the loving ones. They will walk away to protect themselves. They don't want to be abused. I was thinking this morning, lying in bed, I was thinking, wouldn't that be amazing if I could have a boyfriend who is protective and loving and kind all the time. And one who is not looking for another girlfriend on the internet. You know, always checking out other options. I don't blame you, because I'm doing that myself right now, because I don't feel loved by any of them. So then I don't feel like there is love from any of them. They keep looking at other women. That brings up my pain. That brings up my jealousy. It's very painful. Then I don't feel loved, and I keep looking myself. I haven't been on Badoo recently, but you know, I mean, everyone I meet on Badoo is a smoker and alcohol drinker. And there's no way possible. It wouldn't matter if that is a gorgeous rich man or something. If he's a smoker and alcohol drinker, there's no way. It will not work. I cannot settle for that. I can't even touch someone like that. I can't even shake someone's hand. Smoker's hand. I cannot. I have severe OCD. What's that? Like extreme, particularly with cigarettes and tobacco products. That's an absolute red bar across. Total, absolutely. There's no way in a million years ever I cannot possibly even be. I don't even want to be in the same room with a smoker. Like if I go into a store, I know there are other shoppers who are smokers. I smell it in the air, and it's disgusting, it's gross. Now we are wearing medical face masks that filter that out, which helps a little bit with my OCD. But I cannot. Some of them are nice. Some of them come up to me in the store or other public places, and they want to meet, and I smell the tobacco products on them, and I back off, and I go into polite mode, and I keep them away from me, and I go, it's cool, I'm already like halfway gone. I don't want to be rude to people, but when I smell that on someone, I have to back off. I'm sorry, I cannot. The coolest, sexiest guys, I have to go away. I cannot. I'm sorry. Will not work. So I don't want to be with an alcoholic either. But the tobacco, that's the absolute taboo. I will not touch someone like that. I might have one night with an alcoholic who does not smoke and who smells good. Maybe. Not with someone who gets violent when they're on alcohol. That would not work. Long-term relationship or something, or even just friendship with an alcoholic would not work for me. I've come very far in my life. It may not seem like this to myself at times, because I suffer. I still suffer with severe OCD and all of this. I have mentally ill thoughts and all of that. And I'm in a lot of despair a lot. But I've come very far, and I have to tell myself that. Because sometimes I sit there and I just cry all day long. And I say to myself, I've done so much now, on the healing path, and I'm still that mentally ill. Okay. But I have to be more grateful to myself, and I have to acknowledge that I have come very far with my mental healing. Very, very far. You would probably think, how bad was it in the past, right? Well, that's a legitimate question to ask. Okay. It was very bad. Very bad. Words cannot even possibly picture it. Where I have come from. Okay. And the kind of troll abuse I have come from my mother and my grandfather. Toxic troll abuse. As bad as the internet trolls. Okay. And they were not even psychopaths. They were not psychopaths. My mother is still alive. My mother's like Joe Biden now, like a vegetable or something. I feel sorry for her. I don't want to end like this, I already decided that that's very clear for me. Okay, this is not the route I'm going. For sure. I think dementia is something that doesn't happen to all old people. That happened to Ronald Reagan, Joe Biden, and my mother, because they lived a life of deep denial. Okay. I don't think someone with dissociative identity disorder, with all these multiple personalities, could go into dementia, because a mental illness that requires that much brain power will keep your brain going even if you abuse it. But if you didn't abuse it, it would be a lot better for you. Your life would be a lot better. But you're not gonna get dementia. So for someone who is just in extreme denial. My mother has 2 personalities. This is a split too. I don't know if it's already called DID but it's definitely going in that direction, but not to the point where she wouldn't remember what she did with the other person while she was the other person, the other identity. So, but there are two distinct persons in her, but she's very well aware what she's doing while she is acting out. So there's no, the split doesn't go into a complete rift where she doesn't have, she has time lapses and where I don't even know if those have two different souls. So, but it definitely goes into that direction. It's like I said before, it's denial based mental illness. Okay. Deep denial. But both of her personalities are in deep denial. I know the hacker has a couple of personalities that are not in denial. This is your chance for healing. Seriously. You're very lucky with that. I am not in denial. I'm very lucky about this. I'm not going to suffer from dementia because of that. I will not allow denial in my brain. I will not allow self-lies. Ever. I'm radically honest with myself. That's the only path. There's no other path. Okay. For people like Joe Biden, Ronald Reagan, and my mother, that's the path they are going. That's the path they have gone. It's very sad. It's their brains, their souls are not able to do it any better. That's the best they know to do it. It's unfortunate if people like this become politicians. That makes a whole bunch of other people suffer. If people with denial are politicians, that's very sad. My mother was a divorce lawyer. That doesn't do that much damage. She didn't have that many clients. She had one very wealthy client, and she did that very well. That was their divorce. He was very happy with it, so I'm happy for him that it worked out well. Very nice man. He liked me. And stupid me, I passed him up. The thought didn't even occur to me. He's like 25 years older or something. And I was just a total wild punk at that time. But big mistake I made was that big mistake. Big mistake to stick to my broken smokers and alcoholic punk, total chaos, going to the punk bar and passing up a good life with a good man. Looking back on that, it's like, whoa, man. Cake in my face for that. Brutal, immature. I couldn't identify with people with that lifestyle of, I mean, to me he was an oldie, so very stupid. He has a good taste and everything. Tons of money. Billions. And I passed that. My goodness. I know better today. I'm not a punk anymore. Paul is not rich. Just want to set the record straight here. The house is super cold in the winter. It's ice cold. I have the heater on here. It's super cold. The temperature is like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Hello, bladder infections. Hello, cranberry supplements. Hello, winter boots and double pants and winter pants and winter outfit and cold hands. At night, when it gets cold, no heater is allowed to be on, not even in the bathroom. It has to be cold like a morgue. It's like survival boot camp. You have to have the extra double, like sub-zero temperatures sleeping bags. I don't sleep with sheets like other people. No, I sleep with polar ice exploration sleeping bags. And then I have two on top of each other. Two. Thank you. I have the right to complain. Just want to do, in order to set the record straight. I see an airplane up there. Maybe it's a UFO to come and pick me up. Hello. Come here. Pick me up, please. UFO, come here and pick me up. If I had gone with that rich man, I would have saved myself 50 bladder infections. I'm not exaggerating. 50 freaking bladder infections. And suffering. And blood in my urine. And screaming, biting into the pillow in pain. That's how painful bladder infections are. When they get full-fledged. You don't want to get a full force bladder attack like that. It's not good. Yep, it's 50 degrees in here with the heater on full blast. So I'm gonna have to put this over me. Yep. It is what it is. Okay. I am grateful for what I have. Particularly in the summertime. I'm very grateful. I was outside in the cold earlier, lying down on the grass, grounding. The last couple of days were nice. The sun was out. When the sun is out, it gets immediately warm. When it's cloudy and rainy, it gets very, very cold, of course. No, we are not millionaires, okay? We don't even have $1 million. Not even that. Okay. I have absolutely no money. I asked him for my $5,000 back. He said he'll give that to me in form of a debit card. I'm not going to be wasting that money, for sure. I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of money again on perfume oils and clothes like I used to. I can't. Okay. I have to think now about the future. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know whether I'm gonna stay in this situation or not. Getting out of this situation, being homeless, that can turn out to be very dangerous, to say the least. A single woman in a van. Many of them have died. Ice cold. Ice cold house like a morgue. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is very difficult for me. Okay. It's a very difficult life. I want to set the record straight. I don't want to be misunderstood anymore by anyone. I'm not a gold digger. Okay. If I was, I would have taken that very, very wealthy billionaire. Okay. I'm not. I was a crazy punk. My parents have money too, so I was a spoiled brat. Not thinking about the future at all. I don't know how to take care of myself financially. Okay. This is the fact. I don't know what to do. This is very difficult living here. It's very difficult. Paul is so hard at hearing that even with hearing aids, I have to talk extremely loud. And he talks extremely loud. And that's hell for my nervous system. Absolute hell. I have Asperger's. I'm highly sensitive to loud sounds. He also runs around the house with a headlight on like this, and then he shines it straight into my iris like this here. Like you go to an ophthalmologist and you have your iris diluted, and then they look into it and they totally blind your pupil. I experienced that all night long with Paul. If I do it to him, hell breaks loose. Total hell. He does it all the time. Oops! Oh, so I forgot I had the headlight on. He yells at me, he hollers at me. He doesn't hear himself holler at me. He doesn't see how he talks to me. I was lying in bed earlier thinking how nice that must be to find a boyfriend, to find real love. A boyfriend who appreciates me, who doesn't make fun of my under eye circles. A boyfriend who doesn't need a 20-year-old. A boyfriend who will be happy with me, with a few wrinkles. I have so much love to give. It would be nice to meet someone who appreciated me, who wouldn't mock me, who wouldn't find fault with my appearance. A boyfriend who loves me like the horse loves me, like I love my dogs, like I love my dogs. I love my dogs infinitely much, forever, together forever, like this painting. That's the Papa dog. Papa and Kenny. There's Kenny. Papa and Kenny and Nicola. Together forever. With Paul too. We included him too. But it's not a pleasant way of living. I also don't feel protected. I'm the one who has to protect him. I'm the guard dog in this house. That's a fact. I'm the brave one. I'm the one who would throw myself against any attacker as a living human shield to protect Paul. He could not do it. It's not his fault. He's also been traumatized. I don't blame him at all. It's just that I don't feel protected. I need a boyfriend who protects me. I need a strong man with muscles who protects me. Big guy who protects me, who makes me feel loved, who wants me, who appreciates me, and who appreciates my face and my body, who doesn't make fun of me, who doesn't retaliate against me, who would never hit me. A man who wants me to be happy and fulfilled and feel good at all times. I thought, if I could find a man like this, I would be very happy. I wouldn't suffer anymore. A man who doesn't want me to get bladder infections. A man who puts me, my body, over saving money. A man who puts my bladder and my well-being over the tightwadness and all of that. He uses global warming as an excuse. I saw that in the motorhome. Whenever we went to an RV park, and they had free electricity, I could use the heater full blast, like for the whole time we were there. So, and then we got the house. We got the first house at the other house, and I thought that would end my bladder infections. No, it didn't. Did not end my bladder infections. Not at all. I should have given Paul to Eileen. Eileen wanted him. He didn't want Eileen, but he would have gotten used to her. Eileen was a petite little girl. Paul's age, but still pretty and environmentalist lady. They have a lot in common. And she really liked him. She wanted to be with him. He thought if he would be with her, she would just take advantage of her. Because that's what he felt like. She was not a giver. Very tragic. She died. So tragic. If I had given him to her, if I had moved away, he would have gotten together with her. Then I could have saved her and him, and they maybe would have been able to arrange each other. They're both tightwads, so 2 tightwads probably would work. I need a man who is a provider, not a tightwad. I don't know if I'm going to find that. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I cry my way through, so I'm gonna have to turn the video off now. I'm getting too cold. Take care.